Hi everyone, you're with Ask Your Angels, you're with Christine, and tonight my special guest is Marianne Bogoslowski, and we're here to talk about aromatherapy. It just makes sense. So, hi Marianne.
Hello Christine, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So aromatherapy, I understand, is essential oils derived from, is it plants and trees?
Yeah, it's aromatherapy is a branch of herbal medicine. And what happens with plants is the essential oil is extracted from either the plants, the trees, the roots, leaves, and that kind of thing. So it's used for health and vitality and well-being.
Great. Okay. So would you say it's an art or a science?
I would say that aromatherapy is a bit of both. It is definitely a science in the way it is extracted from the plant material, the distillation process, and I think it's an art as well because of probably the blending.
I was going to say.
Yeah, the blending is where I think you become creative. And
because you can do all sorts of different ones, right? Depending on what you're trying to accomplish.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. So if you want something that's calming but a little bit of antibacterial, you can blend the two together and use that as an aromatherapy massage.
And do you have any idea how far back people use this?
Yes, I remember from our studies in school, we had to study history, of course, right? And it goes back to the Egyptian times, and it is actually written in their literature, in their medical literature, it's all about how they used essential oils, and they used it in their religious ceremonies, and they also even put the essential oils on their statues, their gods, to give them thanks, and use that for their offerings, right?
Okay,
and
see, I did not know this.
Yeah, so they would anoint their statues and give thanks. And
is that like when they said in Bible times they anointed Jesus's feet?
Right.
Same
and
thing,
they used
I guess.
spikenard. Yeah.
Okay.
They used essential oils in the Bible. There's a lot of mention about essential oils in the Bible too.
Well, that does go back quite a ways.
It does, yeah, it sure does. And they also used it in embalming, because Egyptians used, strongly believed in the afterlife, as you know, and they believed that they need to preserve the body, so they actually even stuffed cavities of the body with plant material and put essential oils all over, and they had their own distillation process, which was obviously very primitive, but they actually were able to do it. So
they put it in didn't they fill the head with leaves or the plants? Yeah,
they sure did, yeah.
After they pulled the brain out through the nose.
I know.
It's funny though, I was saying, and I think it was when we had Crystal Healing on, because she had read my past life, and I mentioned to you that I was a high priestess in Egypt.
Right.
I've always had this fascination for the preservation process, the mummification process. However, I don't like blood or gore or any of that stuff now. But it always ties back to Egypt. And she said to me, "You really love Egypt, don't you?" And I'm like, "I do." So that's probably where it's from.
Right.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
So they used it back then.
So
when did you first discover it?
For me, aromatherapy started actually with my mother's illness. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, and we met this aromatherapist named Paula, and she treated my mom with, I guess it was more of an I don't even really know what she used, but I'm assuming they were anti-anxiety oils and calmative, because my mom had extensive open wounds on her chest from the cancer, right? So just to keep the odors that she was experiencing, right? And also to calm her. So Paula would come, to my mom's house and massage her once a week. But then she also said to me, "You should be involved in your mother's, process of relaxing her. So she said, here's the blend, and I want you to use it every day and start massaging her. And she showed me a few techniques. Just
Do you
things
remember
like,
the techniques?
yeah, they were just basically effleurage, which is this. Can I show you? It's just
sure.
like, it's just like, you know, doing this kind of thing.
Can we see
right?
this?
Yeah. Just
that feels nice.
So just a gentle.
I'm having wine and getting a massage. This is a good night.
Isn't it nice? And her feet and her scalp when she lost all her hair. So just to relax her and, you know, love her. And it was just a different way of expressing, you know, love. And
it's like when you have a baby and you use the lavender baby lotion and give them a little massage before bed, and they feel so cozy and loved, and they smell so good.
And they do. So just doing that every day, I would go to my mom's house, so that made me feel good because I was doing something instead of
proactive,
instead of feeling helpless.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Yes. So then my mom one day said, I think you should look into a career in aromatherapy. And I said, well, I'm a graphic artist. I have no knowledge of the human body, and nor do I care to know about any of that stuff. And I knew you had to do, you know, anatomy, physiology, that would be involved. And I thought
anatomy.
Yeah.
That would be, I'd be like, oh, thanks.
Very fascinating. I love it now.
Really?
But, yeah, but
so you can grow to love it.
Yeah, I think so. It's fascinating when you learn about the body and how it works. And so I said to her, Mom, that's ridiculous. You know, can't do it. I'm not going back to school. I was, I think, 32, and totally dismissed it. But she said to me, you know, you make me feel good, and you're helping me feel better, and I almost forget that I'm, you know, in this bad state. So she said, you know, you could probably help other people.
Now, would you say, does it cure cancer? Or is it just more soothing while they're going through it?
Definitely soothing. Yeah, it does not cure cancer.
And your mom?
She did pass. However, you know, thank you. But what I did, I did end up going to school. I went to Mohawk McMaster, offered a complementary care course, and I took it with Patricia Miller. And so, you know, we're learning about aromatherapy, and I said to her, oh, I want to get some Roman chamomile to help my mother's passing, you know.
So it can help with that too.
Well, no, she said, oh, my goodness, don't use Roman chamomile for somebody who is passing, because it reminds them too much of the earth, where their bodies are going to go.
Oh, and you don't want to ground them.
Right, you want to elevate. Mm-hmm. So she suggested one of your favorites.
Oh, frankincense. She's being sarcastic. It's my least favorite. That and eucalyptus. I don't know what it is.
So frankincense, because frankincense is a beautiful oil, because it actually, while you're inhaling it, it produces a psychoactive substance. And that psychoactive substance actually raises consciousness. Amplitude, you know, makes the amplitude of the breath greater, calms.
Why would I not like that?
I don't know.
That's so bizarre.
And it's interesting because I asked you if you had a bad experience, or, you know, if they were, you know.
As far back as I remember, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, frankincense, when you go to the Catholic Church and they have that little ball,
right,
and
they do that.
Is that funerals. Not frankincense? At funerals.
At funerals. So I'm wondering if there was a funeral that you were at.
Yes, there was. There was. I lost a very dear friend to cancer.
Oh, sorry.
Years ago, she was like almost like a second mom, best friend, my next door neighbor. Her name was Kay Quinn. I loved her, and she was my mentor too. She was one of those people that was the angel on earth, you know, that you hear about. And they gave her 6 months, and she had breast cancer, and she said, I am not going until my sons are old enough to know who their mom is. 6 years later.
Wow.
She was a fighter. I mean, it was everywhere. But again, the funeral was traumatic for me that I lost her, and that I could see that.
So maybe that's where the association comes from, the frankincense, and, you know.
Yeah.
It reminds you of that, because, you know, as I'm sure you'll ask me, that essential oils do work. Yes. Yeah, so when you inhale a scent, if it is incense or essential oils, they invoke memory.
Mm-hmm.
So it will remind you, and it'll just take you back to that, like an unpleasant time
that
in your
makes
life.
sense. I think you cleared that one
Oh,
up for
good.
me.
There you go.
I'm going to reintroduce the show for those of you who've just joined us here with the Ask Your Angels Talk Show. And we are doing a show on aromatherapy, and I'm here with Marianne Bogoslowski. Bogoslowski. Why do I do that?
I don't know. Everybody does.
I'm going to call you Marianne.
Okay.
My friend Marianne.
That's good. I like that.
It's much better. So, if someone wanted to be a practitioner, then now you went to school, and they have to do the anatomy and everything else.
Definitely need anatomy. And
what would be the
physiology.
first step? Just signing up for a course, or should they research it first?
Well, probably do some research. I'm big on research, so I would say definitely do research on aromatherapy, and if it is something that you want to do.
If it resonates, maybe experience it too.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
now, if
definitely.
our viewers wanted to experience it with you, where would they go to do that? How would they reach you?
Actually I don't have a website.
You're on Facebook?
Yeah, but I prefer email.
Link. Oh, email? Okay.
Yeah,
you
okay?
tell them. Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Is that okay?
Is that okay with you guys? If you'd like to reach Marianne, her email address is
Aromacare, AROMACARE @simpatico.ca.
There you go. Of course, you know you're going to get a lot of guys emailing you now saying, "Good looking."
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll contact you about the aromatherapy as well. Can essential oils be taken internally?
Very good question. And in Europe, I was trained I did take a course. We have to take continuing education units to keep up with our insurance and everything.
Okay. Does it change all the time too, what you learn? Is that why?
Yeah. You definitely take different courses in holistic medicine, right? And I did take a course, I did take a course in France with Dr. Daniel Penwell, and he is a medical aromatherapist in France, and he did teach us internal use of essential oils, and they are free to use it in France, but however, in Canada, I don't have the liability insurance to prescribe internal use of essential oils.
Are you familiar with what type of essential oils one could consume?
I am. But it's
but you can't really share it.
Not really. I mean, you know that you can go to a health food store and buy oregano oil.
Oh,
right?
I have a friend who's very big on oregano oil.
Yeah, I am too.
Just
However,
the thought of it.
you've got to be really careful with that, and I think you need to be under supervision if you're going to be taking something like that, because
is it too strong?
It
or
is
too
very
much
strong and too much. Right. If you abuse taking essential oils internally or even on your skin, it could be a problem, right? So taking them internally, definitely see somebody who knows
what they're doing.
Yeah, but again, in Canada, we're not to use them.
I always think there's got to be a reason why. Sometimes I think Canada's more safe. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing to be able to take them internally.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But just
with supervision,
with a qualified, maybe a naturopath, because they can prescribe them.
Okay. If you were to, when you use them on your skin, have you ever had anyone have an allergic reaction?
I have never, and I work at a hospital too, and I do massage on staff, and so there's about 2,000 staff at the hospital, and
that's a lot of massages.
Yeah, that's a lot, knock on wood, and I have never had an allergic reaction. I've had a dermal irritant on my daughter because I put thyme on her, and thyme is a dermal irritant. So there's different types of thyme, and thyme linalool is one that is safe to use on skin. But
and what would you use that for?
The thyme linalool? It's a muscle relaxant, right? It's more for antibacterial too, so it's,
Okay.
yeah, antimicrobial as well.
I always think it's great when we have people on the show who
Yeah.
do the Reiki,
Yeah.
do the aromatherapy, and they can share it with their family and with their kids
yeah,
especially.
definitely. I give my kids massages and my husband too, but not as often as he would like. So yeah.
Boy, I
Time.
could get a massage. I tell you,
Come
it'd
see
be
me.
nice. I will.
Not that far.
For sure. What else was I going to ask? Are there some oils then that are toxic?
Again, I think with deliberate abuse, they can be toxic. And if you're not using essential oils properly, I think they can be toxic. There are a list of oils that are toxic that you would not use on your skin. So
again, research would be
yeah,
good.
definitely research and go see somebody who knows what they're talking about, right?
And that would be Marianne.
Yeah.
So everyone, contact Marianne.
There's also other aromatherapists that are out there, and you can find them on the Canadian Federation of Aromatherapists website, and they're all beautiful, beautiful, wonderful aromatherapists. Yeah.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah.
So I also wanted to ask you, you had mentioned you work at the hospital, and you work with seniors too, do you not?
I do, yeah. I do work in long-term care facilities, and I've been working there for about 8 years now. And I have 5 homes that I go to, and I do massage the elderly. So
They must like that.
They love it, because you've got to think about, you know, where they're at, and you know, some of the loneliness and some of the isolation that they experience.
So it's the company as well.
It is the company as well. It's the therapy that you give them by just even listening, you know, and then giving them that comfort touch, which a lot of them don't get comfort touch, right? So it's
true.
very healing for them in that sense. The listening, you know, the pleasant smells, the touch, you know, and then easing the aches and the pains that they have. You know, they've got a lot of shoulder pains too, arthritic pains, knee pain, right? Foot pain.
And would you use it
constipation.
when you apply it, do you apply it to different areas, or is it always one particular area?
It just depends on where they're.
So
where
if
the
I have a
concern
shoulder
is.
pain,
Right.
you would do it here.
Right. So I would use an anti-inflammatory oil blend and massage it into the area of concern.
Is this safe for women who are pregnant?
Essential oils are safe for women who are pregnant, but of course, it's which essential oils you would be using. So something like tangerine, neroli, those oils are very safe for use. And then there's
Tangerine,
other oils.
that would smell nice.
It's beautiful, and it's good for stretch marks too.
So after childbirth?
Before.
Before?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess you would.
Yeah, you can use it before for your stretch marks to prevent them. So you'd use the tangerine with the beautiful carrier
before
oil.
they start.
Right.
Oh,
we don't
okay.
want those, right?
No, we don't.
So use them in a carrier oil, like a nice sweet almond oil or avocado, even grapeseed, even olive oil, and you can put the tangerine in.
I think the baby would like that too. I wonder if they could smell that.
Oh, that's a great question.
They can hear us, but do you think babies can smell something like that?
Never, I don't know. That's a good question.
That's one we'll never know.
They can hear, right. We will never know.
We'll never know. So if someone comes to you for essential oils, what should they expect? Like from the minute they walk in the door?
So they're coming in for just a blend, you mean, or a massage?
Everything.
Everything.
Marianne, I'm here today. Give me everything you got.
Well, what they can expect is a consultation, first of all. So I can find out what their concerns are, what they're looking for, what their basic needs are. So if they're suffering from, you know, depression, anxiety, sleep disorder, insomnia, PMS, menopausal symptoms. The list goes on, right?
It does.
Yeah. So whatever it is, we can identify and address that, and then I would make a blend for them.
Now, you know, all the angry women out there with PMS are going, what do I take? Tell me now.
Something like clary sage and lavender, of course.
Lavender's so soothing. I love lavender.
Lavender is a beautiful oil. Now,
jasmine. What
jasmine?
would jasmine be used for? That's my favorite scent.
Oh, is it?
I love jasmine.
Okay, jasmine is used for depression mainly.
Do you have any?
Yeah.
We were talking this evening about the full moon, of course, yesterday.
Right, yes.
And there's some sort of shift going on, and literally, I've been we're feeling it.
Yeah.
All week I've been feeling it. So, yeah.
Yeah, so jasmine's nice.
You didn't bring any?
No, I didn't, but I did bring
we have wine though. It's okay. It's all good.
But I did bring a relax blend. And it does have mandarin in it, lavender, geranium. And geranium is wonderful to balance hormones too.
Really?
And the adrenals as well. So if you're stressed out, you know, always running, this is a really great blend. It also has patchouli in it.
What if you had a garden full of geraniums? What if you pulled all the petals off one and put them in a bath? Would that do anything at all, or does it really have to be extracted?
You know what? It's actually the leaves of the geranium plant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not the flowers.
So you're having a bubble bath full of leaves.
Right.
Would it do anything?
Yeah, you can rub the leaves. So any plant that you have, so your geranium, you could take the plant leaves and rub them. Or if you have lemon balm is a beautiful plant for depression. It's a really calming, soothing.
And just by rubbing, because the oil comes off?
Right, absolutely.
Oh, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I have a money tree.
Oh!
I know it's not a flower, but I always rub the leaves and say, show me the money.
If that will work.
I don't know.
You should
This tree, though, I joke that it's taken on, it's kind of like, I don't know how to even explain it, but it parallels my life. So when money's coming, there's a new sprout. When money's bad, I sit there and go, oh boy, this is awful. And then I look over at the money tree, and there's these brown leaves falling off the bottom, which they were today. I'm not very happy.
Oh.
So, but it literally always seems to parallel what's going on in my life.
Interesting.
In a money sense. But
So
I do rub the leaves. I think we're connected.
See that? And that's the vibration, probably, right?
Okay.
Essential oils, plants are vibrational because they are a life force. Right? They are alive, and the oils are running. It's like their blood.
Okay.
Right? The essential oils are like their blood, and it's keeping that plant alive. Right?
That makes sense.
Yeah, and it even keeps away predators too. Right? Essential oils, like the
Predators.
animals that.
Oh,
you know, or
okay. I thought you meant if I was in a bar or something, you know.
You're so funny. And citronella, for example, right?
Oh, like the mosquitoes.
Right.
Of course, everybody uses that.
Yeah.
Oh, we have an online question.
Oh.
A question's just come through. It says, I suffer from depression because I miscarried 2 years ago, and I want to know what kind of things I can use to keep my mind off the fact that I miscarried. Is there any aromatherapy type things?
Well, there are. I probably would. This is pretty deep issue, so I would prefer to consult with this.
Well, maybe you can give her your email address again
so
if she's just joined us.
Yeah, aromacare@simpatico.ca. But
is there something though that can help with that?
Well, jasmine. For the depression, and but then it's not just jasmine. It would be a nice blend, right? And the other thing that I'd like to mention too is when purchasing essential oils, it's really important that you buy good quality, right?
Because you don't know what you're getting.
Right.
Right.
This woman that's called in, I would hate for her to buy something that is, labeled jasmine. But it is not jasmine, and then it won't do anything for her. So what you need to look for is the name, of course, jasmine on the label, but it should say the botanical name. So jasmine is jasmine officinalis. So it would say that on the label, as well as look for example, this bottle here will say where it has come from.
I was going to say, does it matter where
Yes,
it's, if it's from like China? Is
Right.
that okay or not so much?
Not so much.
England?
But it depends.
I would think
No,
England, no?
Not with jasmine, no.
Oh, it depends on the plant, where it originates.
Right.
Well,
so
that makes sense.
You know tea tree oil, where it comes from. I'm sure you know.
No.
It's common. Oh!
I've heard of tea tree
Australia.
oil, but okay.
So Australia. Sandalwood.
I didn't tell you, I don't know anything about
Okay, I thought you were kidding.
No. Dead serious.
Sandalwood you would get from India.
Okay.
Birch from Canada. So different oils.
I love birch trees.
Oh yeah.
I feel something with birch trees.
Really?
What would they
Energy.
do?
The energy is uplifting.
Uplifting.
Yes.
There you go.
And good for pain too, muscular pain. Yeah.
Not so much when you're trying to get it out of the ground. Did you
No,
see the stump
no.
outside?
No, I didn't notice.
Birch tree.
I was too nervous. Yeah.
Oh.
On TV. Oh my gosh.
That's okay. You're okay
yeah.
now. We've got red wine. She's good.
Yeah.
Can I smell that?
Please.
Is that?
Yeah. It's an Eve Taylor blend.
I love the bottle because this is what I was saying to you about elixirs. I just love the name elixir because they used to have that.
To drink.
Yes.
Elixirs are to drink.
Are they to drink?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they are.
Okay.
To,
even when I barely got the lid off, I could.
Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, see, you'd want to float in a bath with this.
Yeah, definitely.
This is, and what's in this again for people who just joined us?
Patchouli, mandarin, lavender, geranium.
Patchouli?
Patchouli.
Patchouli. Oh,
patchouli.
From what? What is that the name of a flower?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I've never heard of that flower. Patchouli. Where's that
Interesting.
from?
I'm not sure of the exactly the country right now, but I can look it up for you and let you know if you wanted to know.
It's okay. It just smells divine.
Yes, it's beautiful. So that is very calming and balancing.
So you can have these on the skin. You can take them internally.
No,
not
I wouldn't.
here, though.
I don't want to say that.
No,
I don't want to say you can take them internally.
No,
so no, it's not.
But you should always have a practitioner before you decide to do any of this.
Yeah,
right?
and go to France.
And go to France.
Yeah, do that. Go to France.
But you can have them in a diffuser.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you brought one.
I did. I brought a diffuser.
So
There's
you can show them how that works.
Sure. And for the caller that called in too, something like this would be great for her to keep in her home and have it diffusing all the time. So a blend that you put in your diffuser is pure essential oil.
Can we see this? Hang on. Let me.
I have it upside down because I wanted to. Did you want to? I wanted to show you how to use
how
it
it works.
You want to know.
Are we getting a visual though? Can we see this? This is. Can you do it from that
I can do
angle?
it from here. Okay,
right.
so just give it a little twist. Different diffusers work differently. So you would take the pad. This is the pad, and you put the essential oils. Drop it on, and then of course put it back. There's different diffusers on the market. And
here, I can lower it while you do. Okay,
that's okay.
And then it would blow it out,
plug it
into the air,
and turn it on, and it will blow it into the air and diffuse the oils, the molecules, into the air. So you're getting it through your olfaction. So
now I think that would be safer because I get nervous with those Glade ones you plug right.
Those are so bad though.
I know. I would not use one of those.
Yeah. So, you know, the Glade are synthetic, so you're not going to get the therapeutic benefits.
No, that's just for scent,
from
right?
Glade. But you know what? This is giving you a scent.
We're not knocking Glade.
No,
love Glade.
Oh, no, we love Glade.
But it's non-essential oil, is what we're saying.
Right, okay, so the difference, let's just mention that, because that's really important, is the difference between a Glade fragrance and using a diffuser that you're putting essential oils in. Glade or any other, synthetic is synthetic, so it's not going to give you the therapeutic benefits. Okay, you will get a scent as you do with essential oils, but essential oils will give you the therapeutic benefit, and that is so important.
I love this idea.
Yes,
I do.
It's
I'm going to go out and get one for sure.
It's so safe to use and so therapeutic.
Oh my gosh, you could put it in your child's nursery with lavender, like with a blend to help them sleep at night.
Absolutely. A blend of lavender, maybe sweet orange as well, because it's very calming for children and for us as well. But do you know that using lavender too much is actually...
Does the opposite?
Yes, it does. It's an adaptogenic herb. So using too much of lavender will be too exciting.
Oh, so that's why it's good to have the right blend.
Right.
And I was going to ask you, how do you determine how much of one dilution?
Right.
Yes?
So you would dilute. So in your diffuser, it's pure essential oil. So there's no carrier oil that you would diffuse the oil in, right? When you're massaging, you use it like a 5% blend. So you put the essential oils into the carrier oil to use as a massage.
Oh, okay. So there's quite a technique to it.
There is.
You have to know what you're doing, and that's again why you need to contact Marianne.
Yeah.
We have a question.
Oh.
Somebody's just asked, if somebody has insomnia, what would a typical scent be used for that?
For insomnia, I like to use vetiver or valerian root. However, those are very strong in their the way they smell. So in a little blend, I would use maybe 1 drop of the vetiver or valerian with a drop or 2 of lavender, sweet orange, and Roman chamomile. Beautiful blend.
Nice.
And I had an experience that I'd like to share with one of my residents at the nursing homes, where he was highly agitated. It was a lockdown unit, so for dementia, and I did try the vetiver, which is used for hysteria and insomnia and somebody who can't settle. So I did put a drop in my blend with Roman chamomile and sweet orange, but the smell was so strong that I had the nurses and the workers say, "Ew, what is that smell?" So the director approached me and she said, "What is that smell? It's so potent and so strong."
Did it work?
But she said, "You know what though, Marianne, it's working. So we'll just have to educate the staff."
They have those little masks. You
know what? Once we explained it and we showed them that the resident is calm, he's not screaming, he's not agitated, he's so much happier. Let's just continue using it, and we'll have to put up with that strong. It's like a root smell, very strong.
Oh, because when you pull roots out of the ground, they're so earthy. It's so strong.
Yeah,
yes.
it's so potent. And
it almost smells like manure.
Yeah, in a way. Actually, I try to put lots of sweet orange in it, but still you couldn't cover it. So something like that for insomnia is definitely it works. And I've had other clients who I've used a blend that's actually antiviral, and that helps this client sleep. And I don't know exactly why, but it helps her sleep.
Well, whatever works.
I guess so. Yeah.
I'm wondering if that the one that settled him would work on kids with ADHD.
We should try. We should try.
Because they're so, their mind's racing and they don't slow down and they don't sleep well either. But boy, kids will tell you about that smell. You'll never hear the end of it.
Oh yeah, they'll be like, "That's."
And they'll have fun talking about it.
Yeah. They would too.
They would for sure.
It's always worth a try, right?
I think anything's worth a try because, of course, I don't know if you know, my son has. Well, he's been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, and he's wired all the time.
Should try. Why don't we try?
Yeah. All right. We'll make a date to try. But I'd like some jasmine for me.
Okay, jasmine for
I'm going to stick it up my nose for when you're blowing that other stuff around. So we're good to go. Does aromatherapy then, we know it works well with massage. Does it work well with other healing modalities like Reiki? yoga.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So with Reiki, you could put the blend, right, on your palms and then over the person.
Oh.
Yeah. And then get them to inhale it as well. So you can put your hands over their nose and just get them to keep their eyes closed and and inhale, ask them to inhale deeply so that they're getting the effects into the limbic system of their brain.
I'm sorry, I'm so distracted.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm going to share. I'm going to share something for our regular viewers. Y'all love Tech Guy. Tech Guy was in a car accident yesterday, got banged up pretty good, and he's over here with his foot black and blue. We thought it was broken. So if you're hearing creaking and things like Band-Aids being ripped off, and the guy can't get comfortable, so send him some love and some healing energy, because it's hard to keep serious over here while he's doing all this stuff.
I wish I brought anti-inflammatory oils.
There you go. Well, I didn't tell you, right?
You didn't tell me.
I know.
I
you don't want to get near that foot anyway. Trust me.
It's
worse
painful.
than that. What's that stuff called?
Vetiver Bear.
Yeah, I'm sure it's got a little bit of Vetiver. Oh my gosh. Does essential oils work for increased creativity? Like if you're an artist, let's say, is there something you could take to open you up and really be creative? And
yes, actually, they say that the oil clary sage is wonderful for artists because it stimulates the right side of the brain.
Oh, okay, and that's the creative side, right?
Right, and not only does it stimulate the right side of the brain, but it also increases dream awareness.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that.
Right.
Because there's a lot of... Now, is that during the dream or just like dream recall?
To recall, but also to for while you're dreaming. So you'll increase so you're aware of what you're dreaming.
So like lucid dreaming.
Right.
Kind of.
Clary sage is the one to use before bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that'll help you if you're keeping, let's say, a dream journal. That should help you remember stuff more.
And just one drop right here.
On your third eye. Here you go.
Yeah, one drop. That's
so
all.
Does that help too for psychics like this? That it just opens everything in your third eye? What about to be aware of things around you that are unseen? Like the other side?
Maybe, yeah, because clary sage is, they call it to see clear.
Okay, so it would probably.
Clear, yeah.
Clary sage.
Clary sage.
So let's say for our viewers who are really far away, where would they find these sort of things? What's the best place to go to?
For essential oils? You can always buy them online, right?
But then how do you know you're getting... Because we talked about this earlier. For those of you who are just joining us, it's where they're from. And
the botanical name,
the botanical name for them.
Botanical name, right?
And that's something I guess people can look up on the internet maybe before they go out, so they know what they're looking for.
They could, yeah, because if, for example, if you're looking for lavender, lavender, the true lavender is named Lavandula angustifolia. Or Lavandula
How do you remember all these if they all have these fancy names after so many years?
Because when you're tested at school, which was Balnea School of Complementary Therapies, they tested us.
That can't be an easy test. Tell me it's multiple choice. Or
no,
do you have to actually remember?
You have to remember the name, yeah.
Wow, they're pretty names though.
Aren't they pretty?
They're so beautiful.
Angustifolia. It was Trish Green is coming on your show in a little while. And right? Trish Green, she's from...
Well, I don't know. She was.
Oh, okay.
But I think there was a conflict with the
She's
date.
Very busy.
I think
busy lady. But she was my teacher at Balnea, and
that was for the essential, the flower essence.
No, she teaches the aromatherapy as well.
But I think she was coming on for flower essence.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. Yeah, but she was
I think there's a conflict. Yeah, I'd love to have her.
She's wonderful.
I'm waiting to hear back if we can maybe get her an alternate day. Otherwise, I think she's going to have a student come on.
Oh.
So we will be doing a show down the road, Flower Essence Therapy, which is... Now, how is that... Do you know how that's different?
Those are you're able to take them internally, and they do work on the emotional level.
Okay.
But
It's
I haven't
emotional
been-
and spiritual, yes?
Yes. But I haven't been
Okay.
trained in that.
Okay.
Yeah. So back to a lavender. So if you're going to buy true lavender, it has to be Lavandula angustifolia, or the other name is
I have to
Lavandula
try that.
officinalis.
Don't-
Lavandula. That's
No, see, now I lost
No,
it. Lavandula angustifolia. I don't know.
Angustifolia. Yeah, very good.
No,
It's another-
really? I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think I had
Latin.
that.
And then there's the other lavender, which Lavandula spicata, and that one is more for lung congestion. It's a different species, and it grows at a lower altitude. So that is not the true lavender that you would use for insomnia or for calming.
It's a little
Because
different.
true lavender is grown in higher altitudes. Yes.
I'm just looking around here. Kleenex.
Oh.
Our Kleenex disappeared. It's all the scents. Okay.
Oh. Is it strong?
No, I always have this reaction to scents after a
Oh.
while, so
So this
No.
is not a good thing?
poor hobbly guy. Can aromatherapy help then with, well, I know we've talked about emotional stress, physical and mental problems.
Mm-hmm.
Does it help with that? Like, what about people who have like sinus headaches or headaches all the time, or a lot of pressure?
So, actually, speaking of lavender,
Same
spike
thing.
lavender is good for the sinuses, and of course using
That's
a
what I need.
eucalyptus eucalyptus globulus is good for the
Sorry.
sinuses. That's okay. No
Thank you.
problem. So there are different oils that help to open up the sinuses, but also when you're massaging, there's points to know which ones to unblock with massage.
So it's probably good if someone's got a cold or something.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We have a question.
Now this kind of relates but doesn't. Do flowers help calm a person? So flower-wise, is there any?
Flower-wise.
You mean just
Of
to have like
course.
flowers in your house
Absolutely.
kind of thing?
Sure.
They calm me.
They calm me too. I love having
I
flowers
always tell
in my
Tech
house.
Guy, you don't want me to be a
Tech
real,
Guy.
you know what? I need flowers.
Definitely, because this is a sensory experience. So you're looking at the flower, the colors, the texture, the smell that they give off. It's all a sensory experience. So I would say yes, definitely calms you, right? Because you're smelling.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The way they look, they're beautiful.
These, I can still smell this oil, and the cap is still on. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I love it. And
good.
and what was that one for again? Making you happier?
Relax.
Relaxing?
Yeah.
Do you feel relaxed
I
now?
feel better. I
It's
feel
not the
better.
wine,
I was
it's
so
the
nervous.
oils?
It's not the wine because I only had a sip.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right.
I feel so much better. I was nervous.
Oh, I told her our audience is great. You guys are wonderful. So
She mentioned something about 500 people, so I got a little nervous.
600. I don't know how many now, but
Yikes.
so you can use essential oils in your bath, the diffuser, so the scent in the room.
Can I mention about the bath though?
Yes.
When you're going to have a bath, if you dilute it, so you're not just dropping it into the water, it needs to blend in with either salt. So you'd put the oil in the sea salt.
Okay.
And then
sea
put
salt's
it in.
soothing.
Right. Or you can use
So you
even
put
milk.
it in
Yeah,
the
so it's
sea
like
salt
a carrier.
first,
Right. And
then
then
pour it
your
in.
tub. Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise the oil sits
will
on
just
top
float
of the
to
water.
the top,
Right.
of course.
Right.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
We just lost our tech guy.
We don't need him, do we?
No, we don't need tech guy. He's gone. We're good.
We've got our
Hopefully
oils.
there won't be any malfunctions tonight. Okay, I know what I was going to say. Just for fun, how would one person, this is a tricky one, benefit from lavender, peppermint, jasmine, and orange if used in a combination?
Combination.
Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Well, lavender, again, is great for insomnia, but used in little amounts. Sweet orange, you mentioned that one, right? Sweet orange is also for calming. It is a cheerful oil, so it's uplifting. This is funny. Your cat is really cute.
We're having issues tonight. As some of you watch regularly will know, Jonah pokes his head in from time to time ever since we had the animal whisperer on the show, Elaine Turner. He thinks he deserves to be down here and part of the show. So
that's lovely. That's
as he's digging his nails into me, I'm trying to keep focused here.
And jasmine, we already mentioned, was an antidepressant, but it's also a parturient, so that helps to a woman while she's in labor to help the baby, help the labor.
Okay, so really overall it's a nice relaxing blend when you think about it.
Right, but not to use while you're pregnant, the jasmine. That's one of the no-nos to use. Yeah, don't use.
Oh, because it can induce labor.
Right.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
No, you do not want to induce labor until you're ready. Right, no jasmine. That's a bad one.
Now, there's all these pregnant women out there who are right down at their last 2 weeks going, get me the jasmine. I want it now.
And make sure it's
and
the
you don't
good
have to drink the cod liver oil. It's a win-win.
That's good too, though, cod liver oil.
No.
Okay.
Why? Actually, tell me, why is that good?
Cod liver oil for your vitamin D.
But how does that induce labor?
No, I don't know that.
Oh, see,
that
they
I don't
say
know.
it induces labor, and the jury's out on that. But
I don't know
I
that.
swallowed it because, again, down to the last 2 weeks, couldn't stand it anymore.
Yeah.
Swallowed it, immediately threw up, and it was the convulsions that brought on the labor. So I don't think it was.
So that was.
It does kind of work. I don't think that's quite what they had in mind, though.
No.
Can you tell us some other instances where you've used essential oils that they've benefited people, or do you have any other stories you'd like to share with us?
I have probably a lot of stories from the past 8 years, especially working with the elderly. Yeah, it's really it's really helped them because it's giving them something else, and it's helping in the medical establishment. It's helping them because it gives them something. It's just another
special, right?
Alternative thing for them to use, right? So when somebody's really agitated or really upset, or before the medication starts to kick in, this can help to calm.
Help soothe.
And helps them relax, helps with constipation. If things aren't working, we give them a nice abdominal massage using essential oils that help to get things moving.
You know, it's kind of funny when I belonged to like a Mommy and Me group when I had my firstborn. And they had a lady come in who did the massage on the abdomen, and she showed how if you go around like this, it helps move things.
Right.
So I'm not ashamed to say I still use this technique. I was taught how to do it for my child when it's a baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's circular motions like this.
Yes, clockwise. Yeah.
Clockwise. Counterclockwise?
No, clockwise. So you start at the lower right.
Oh, that is clockwise.
Yeah.
I'm going back. I'm looking backwards here.
Yeah.
Clockwise.
Yeah. So starting at the lower right, inside of your hip, and then going across the transverse colon, which is the belly button, and then down the lower left inside hip.
Yeah. And it works.
Yeah, it does.
It really,
because it stimulates the movement of the colon.
The colon.
Right.
I had a chiropractor once tell me too that if you kind of lean forward and you know the two little indents above on either side of your spine, just above here,
right,
and you rub up and down, that does it too.
That does it too.
So if you do all of it, and if none of that works, you can call my friend Terry. She's extremely gifted in that area.
Oh, good.
I don't know what it is. All you have to do is talk to this girl on the phone, and you're going.
Really?
So yeah, I don't use anything for it. I just phone her.
Oh,
she's got a gift.
Okay.
You joke about it all the time, but she really does. So, is there anything else you'd like to share with us tonight about aromatherapy?
I just probably the importance of buying good quality oils, because there's a lot of oils that are adulterated. So they're putting probably some of the synthetic chemicals in the essential oils, and I think it's really important to.
That's not good. It's It's like natural therapy, right? You want it holistic. You shouldn't be adding chemicals.
But I think
they do.
That's why you have to be careful of reputable suppliers.
Okay.
And also
could someone contact you for that?
Yeah,
like if they just want, they're far away or they want your advice. Do you ship your oils? Do you actually sell them yourself, or do you just recommend someone?
I do. I'll recommend. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you can give them your email address again.
Sure. It is aromacare@simpatico.ca. And website is coming eventually.
Well, I tell you what, after every show I write a blog.
Okay.
So as soon as your website's ready, let me know, and we'll put it on the blog, and you guys can get in touch with Marianne.
Okay, thank you.
So,
and the other thing too I want to mention is when you're purchasing products, even anywhere at a store, and it says aromatherapy, it's just such an overused word, and you'd have to look on the back of the label in the actual ingredients and see that there is, the proper botanical name in the back, because they kind of abuse that word, and it really
it's not. It might say aromatherapy, but it might not be.
Well,
they do. I think if you go into like a bed, maybe not a bed and bath, but you know what I mean. One of those places that has all the soaps and the bubble baths, and I'm sure they use it.
What?
Aromatherapy, when it's not really aromatherapy,
exactly.
like you said.
So you have to look on the ingredients. It's so important to read your labels, because the front of the label, they can say anything, right? And it's important.
Think as an aromatherapy practitioner, I think you have a right to be a little bit perturbed about that.
I am.
Because it's misrepresentation, right?
It is. And I remember coming back from Provence with training with Dr. Penwell, and I saw this bath soap or something. It said from Provence, and I went, I was just there, and I get that, and I looked, and I was, and you look in the back, it's like the word is fragrance. The word is not lavender or lavandula angustifolia. It is just fragrance. And when you see the word fragrance, that one word is actually made up of 100 different chemicals, and they're all synthetic chemicals.
So avoid the word fragrance.
Right. Absolutely.
Valentine's coming up, guys.
Yeah,
no fragrances.
Use essential oils.
What a beautiful idea for Valentine's.
Actually, you're right.
There, if you're struggling with an idea for your wife for Valentine's, essential oils. And you know what? It's romantic, too.
It is.
Because then you can give her a massage.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. See that?
I love that idea.
Yeah.
So you can tell
Ty
the blend I like. We're good to go.
Very nice. See, there you go.
And maybe something for his foot.
Definitely. That ice pack.
So we might be ending a little bit early tonight, but poor tech guy's in a lot of pain. So we're gonna sign off. Thank you again, Marianne, for coming.
Thank you too,
It was
Christine.
so much fun. I hope you come back.
Yes,
next time you won't be nervous, right?
No, this is easy.
It's easy. And thank you all very much for coming. Next week, very exciting show. We have handwriting analysis. Your scrawl tells all. So make sure you tune in for that one, because we have someone very special coming on the show, Marianne, and we're also Marianne. And we're going to talk about how she works with the police to solve crimes. Wow. So it's going to be a great show. So join us 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.